Once you learn to read, you will forever be free. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false and to incur my own abhorrence. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground. They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Where justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob, and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe. I prayed for freedom for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. The white man's happiness cannot be purchased by the black man's misery. To suppress free speech is a double wrong. It violates the rights of the hearer as well as those of the speaker. In thinking of America, I sometimes find myself admiring her bright blue sky, her grand old woods, her fertile fields, her beautiful rivers, her mighty lakes and star-crowned mountains. But my rapture is soon checked, my joy is soon turned to mourning, when I remember that all is cursed with the infernal actions of slaveholding, robbery, and wrong. When I remember that with the waters of her noblest rivers, the tears of my brethren are borne to the ocean, disregarded and forgotten, and that her most fertile fields drink daily of the warm blood of my outraged sisters, I am filled with unutterable loathing. People might not get all they work for in this world, but they must certainly work for all they get. What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all other days in the year, the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham, your boasted liberty an unholy license. Your national greatness, swelling vanity, your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, brass-fronted impudence, your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Your prayers and hymns, sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy. A thin veil to cover up crimes which would disgrace a nation of savages. Find out just what any people will quietly submit to, and you have found out the exact measure of injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them. And these will continue till they are resisted with either words or blows, or with both. The limits of tyrants are prescribed by the endurance of those whom they oppress. I would unite with anybody to do right, and with nobody to do wrong. I have observed this in my experience of slavery, that whenever my condition was improved, instead of it increasing my contentment, it only increased my desire to be free, and set me to thinking of plans to gain my freedom. I have found that to make a contented slave, it is necessary to make a thoughtless one. It is necessary to darken his moral and mental vision, and, as far as possible, to annihilate the power of reason. He must be able to detect no inconsistencies in slavery. He must be made to feel that slavery is right, and he can be brought to that only when he ceases to be a man. Slaves are generally expected to sing as well as to work. It is not light that we need, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. Slaves sing most when they are most unhappy. The songs of the slave represent the sorrows of his heart, and he is relieved by them, only as an aching heart is relieved by its tears. The more I read, the more I was led to abhor and detest my enslavers. I could regard them in no other light than a band of successful robbers who had left their homes and gone to Africa and stolen us from our homes, and in a strange land reduced us to slavery. There was no getting rid of it. It was pressed upon me by every object within sight or hearing, animate or inanimate. Freedom now appeared to disappear no more forever. It was heard in every sound and seen in everything. It was ever present to torment me with a sense of my wretched condition. I saw nothing without seeing it, heard nothing without hearing it, and felt nothing without feeling it. It looked from every star. It smiled in every calm, breathed in every wind, and moved in every storm. No man can put a chain about the ankle of his fellow man without at least finding the other end fastened about his own neck. In a composite nation like ours, as before the law, there should be no rich, poor, no high, low, white, black, but common country, common citizenship, equal rights, and a common destiny. A woman should have every honorable motive to exertion which is enjoyed by man, to the full extent of her capabilities and endowments. The case is too plain for argument. Nature has given woman the same powers and subjected her to the same earth, breathes the same air, subsists on the same food, physical, moral, mental, and spiritual. She has, therefore, an equal right with man in all efforts to obtain and maintain a perfect existence. The life of a nation is secure only while the nation is honest, truthful, and virtuous. He may carve out his circumstances, but his circumstances will carve him out as well. A smile or a tear has not nationality. Joy and sorrow speak alike to all nations, and they, above all the confessions of tongues, proclaim the brotherhood of man. The destiny of the colored American is the destiny of America. Everybody has asked the question, what shall we do with the Negro? I have but one answer from the beginning. Do nothing with us. Your doing with us has already played the mischief with us. Do nothing with us. If the apples will not remain on the tree of their own strength, if they are worm-eaten at the core, if they are early ripe and disposed to fall, let them fall. I am not for trying or fastening them to the tree in any way, except by nature's plan. And if they will not stay there, let them fall. And if the Negro cannot stand on his own legs, let him fall also. All I ask is, give us a chance to stand on our own legs. Leave us alone. Allowing only for ordinary ability and opportunity, we may explain success mainly by one word, and that word is work. 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 Not transient and fitful effort, but patient, enduring, honest, unremitting, indefatigable work, into which the whole heart is put. There is no royal road to perfection.